Whether you're newly single or have been in the past, everyone can relate to these dating woes. Welcome to Ms. Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 worst things about dating.
I know it sounds crazy, I'm a grown woman, but I'm just not good on first dates.
Oh, okay.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at the most terrible things people of all genders have to deal with when they're in the dating scene.
Your luck. It's gonna change.
What are you, a leprechaun?
Number 10, the ambiguous nature of hangouts. As far as modern dating goes, there's nothing more confusing than the vast and diverse vernacular that exists about dating. Hanging out, chilling, getting together, grabbing a drink, hooking up. What does it all mean?
Hey, you're a ghost boy?
Yeah.
Do you wanna, hang out?
Yeah.
When you're into someone and they ask you to hang out, it could just mean as friends, or it could be a legitimate date. But how are you to know?
Maybe Saturday?
I could do that.
Like during the day?
Oh, sure.
Deciphering this code is a tricky one that can lead to misunderstandings and disappointment. There are many rules to follow for figuring out if it's a real date or not. But however careful you try to be, there will always be the potential for mixed messages.
We should go sometime.
Yeah, we should. With like a group of people, with several people.
Right.
Number 9, the question of who pays. Because of feminism, ladies today know that equality is important and that they can totally pay their own way in the world. The modern girl is likely to offer to pay for half of the dinner or drinks, even if she's secretly hoping that her date will scoff and ask her to put her wallet away. From a guy's perspective though, is it old school and misogynistic to insist on paying if the girl offers? Will you insult her if you assert yourself? Or is she just doing the wallet fake out? With equality, chivalry, and courtesy all in the mix, the answer is never obvious for either party.
Oh, excuse me, I can pay for my own breakfast.
Number 8, that end-of-date awkwardness. Do people still kiss at the end of the first date? In the age of hookup culture, it's easy to forget that dates used to always end with a chaste kiss after the guy dropped the girl off at home. These days, though, it's hard to say who should make the first move, how far to go, or if an end-of-date kiss is even appropriate in the first place. If you've just met and had dinner for the first time, it's totally understandable if one of you isn't ready to get physical. And if you are feeling open to it, who should initiate?
I got sand in my mouth.
Number 7, the inevitable string of duds. On the quest to find the one, you'll inevitably have to wade through a lot of people who you just aren't compatible with.
No. What's worse is when they expect you to do all the work and their tongue just lays there in your mouth like a clown.
You'll also probably have to go on a lot of truly awful first dates. The worst part is that you usually can tell within a first few minutes of meeting someone whether you're going to hit it off or not. But if it's a bad match, you've already committed to spending the entire evening with them. Just try to remind yourself that all of these duds are just stepping stones to that perfect person you've been waiting for.
Is there anything you don't eat?
I don't eat pork.
Is that a religious thing?
Yeah.
Feel your brother?
Sorry?
Feel your brother? Well, I don't because I eat pork, but...
Number 6, fighting the urge to internet stalk. In the age of Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn, there's a lot you can learn about someone before even meeting them. If you meet someone online or by using a dating app, it can be extremely tempting to do your homework on them before actually committing to a date.
If she's like sloppy drunk somewhere, that's kind of like a red flag to me. Oh, here's her with a couple guys. So it's kind of drunk.
The problem is, no one looks perfect online, and there will always be a shared post or tagged photo that'll risk putting you off, even if the two of you would have totally hit it off. Another technological peril is how you treat your relationship on social media after you've been on a few dates. Are you liking too many of their photos?
It is so easy to stalk people right now.
Google, thank you.
Let the trolling begin.
Okay.
Number 5, the pressure of playing it cool and the frustrations of knowing they're doing it too.
I sent myself love letters and flowers and candy, just so he'd see how desired I was, in case he didn't already know.
No matter what stage of a relationship you're in, it often feels like one party always cares more than the other. When you first start hanging out with someone though, it can feel like a competition for who can act like they are less invested in it.
Well, that's cool, baby. I mean, you know how it is, rockin' and rollin' and whatnot.
Danny?
That's my name. Don't wear it out.
What's the matter with you?
Terrible magazine dating tips often advise women to wait for guys to ask them out or be the first to call. But in the modern day, guys are just as likely to be waiting on the girls to make the first move. You'd think that you could just be honest and say that you're into each other, but of course, things are never that easy.
I'm the exception.
You're my exception.
Number 4, panicking about the first date. Getting ready for a first date can be an anxiety-inducing experience. What are you gonna wear? What are you gonna talk about? What if they don't like you?
Shoot, what if he asks me if I've been married?
Have you?
No,
Well, then say that.
but then he'll wonder why I haven't been married.
People put so much stock in the importance of the first date, but honestly, most of the time it simply isn't a good match anyway.
You look so different from your profile picture too. Were you really in Jamaica? Wow.
You shouldn't have to stress yourself out by making sure your nails don't have a chip and your top is ironed when the other person probably isn't going to notice anyway. If things click, all those details you worried so much about will be totally inconsequential.
What if he shows up with another woman? What if one of my sleeves catches on fire and it spreads rapidly? What if...
Number 3, dating has gotten way too complicated. Remember the good old days when two people would meet at a bar, one person would ask the other out for dinner and a movie, they'd kiss at the end of the night, and then their relationship would progress steadily from there?
Wish I could sleep.
Me too.
Alas, today, many people are meeting online, or they're hooking up with someone and then deciding they want to turn it into a relationship.
I actually think that I'm falling.
With the order of operations all mixed up, it feels like all the rules are out the window, and navigating the etiquette of dating is harder than ever. Number 2, who's going to text first?
Always make sure you're the one to text him less. So if he sends you 2 texts, you send him 1. And if he sends you 1 text, you send him 1-word answers.
Back in the day, the question would of course be, who's gonna call first? But today, if someone called you after a first date, you'd probably think they were a psychopath. It's all about texting, which is great because it's easy and non-committal. But like with any medium, there are rules that you have to follow to not look like you're coming on too strong.
Because I just saw her.
Dude, you can't call her. You have to wait 3 days to call a woman. That's the rule.
How much punctuation should you use? Does the situation call for an emoji? These are the questions modern daters agonize over. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few dishonorable mentions.
If I'm in the middle of dinner and I don't like him,
What do you say?
What do you say?
I got to go. Yeah.
And I still aspire to meet someone and fall in love and get married, but that is a very high-risk scenario. And I want a baby now. I'm 37.
Number 1, playing games. The more things change, the more they stay the same. No matter what era you've been single in, you know that people can't help but play games to try to win each other's affections.
Hey, Michael, I'm so sorry. I was just in the shower all naked and stuff. What's up, chicken butt?
The art of manipulation is seemingly inescapable in early dating, whether you're playing hard to get or just pretending you don't care. We all know that playing games is a bad idea, but since everyone else is doing it, it feels like you have to join in.
Games are empowering. If you know what you're doing, you can totally control the situation.
Sincerity is seriously underrated in the dating world because wouldn't it be nice to just say, hey, I really like you?
I can't explain why, but I've never felt this way and I think we should be together.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from Ms. Mojo and subscribe for new videos every day.